last time these two played.
Absolutely. She and Amy Underdown had huge matches against USC on Thursday, as did Haley Bennett with 19 kills and 5 blocks versus USC.
Well, let's get it going this time. And Maddie Goings, by the way, 17 kills last time these two teams met as well. So Bruins remember her well. Get in the middle going right away. And then back, slide. Get used to it. That's Corey Cheshire.
Corey Cheshire is so good off one foot, and UCLA needs to commit to stopping that. Oregon State will use that in transition a lot.
Taylor Quinn serving, a freshman from Corvallis. Thompson outside. Goings poking it wide.
Kind of a strange play there. Goings trying to go to the right spot, just poking that ball out of bounds.
Mac May now serving. Savvy Simo up front. We saw the Bruins get their middles going the other day early, and first set was to Emily Ryan. Long, no touch.
Back row attacks. Setter is in the front row, so only 2 hitters available for Oregon State in the front row, and they like that set, that pipe set to Underdown in the back row.
Uh-oh.
Tough serving, sets up easy points, and Mac May is getting it done from the back line. Lots of pop on her serve, too much pace, and then Ryan with the easy kill at the net.
Boy, did she have a great day the other day, Emily Ryan.
She certainly did. She came out strong, and as did their other middle, Sabrina Smith, who was 7 for 10, hit 700 on the night with 4 blocks.
Yep, nice work from the middles.
And anytime your middles have that kind of a night, it takes the pressure off your pins.
Yeah, and also Emily Ryan had 10 blocks.
Yeah.
That's a career high for her.
For sure.
Outside, Simo swings away.
How about that feed by the other senior, Kaylee Thompson, number 13 in white. Really nice pace on that ball, and Savvy Simo can beat you with speed.
Sabrina Smith now up front. Savvy Simo, Sabrina Smith. Say that 5 times fast. Kelly Berry serving. Outside, Underdown.
Well-formed block by UCLA. It looked like they were funneling her to that sharp angle, but Bruins not ready to dig inside the block. Watch this, Sabrina Smith cheats out. Pretty solid block, and Kelly Smith needs to dig that ball to her, Kelly Berry needs to dig that ball to her left.
Mosier carving a little.
Jenny Moser had a quiet night Friday. Look for her to pick it up offensively. It'd be nice to have some offensive numbers from that right pin for UCLA today.
Well, when they do get that going, it changes everything, doesn't it? Because you've got always Mac May and Savvy Simo, Hadrich now in up front, but when you can get another pin like Mosier.
For sure.
Hadrich was a revelation blocking. You talked about her defensively. I'm excited to see what she does today.
Yeah, and I like the way UCLA is being creative with that block and putting Hadrich on the biggest hitter for the opponent, whoever that may be.
Montana Gubrud serving. Devin Chang back, Simo, bounce town.
I'll tell you, Oregon State gave Savvy Simo way too much line, in my opinion, and she is going to bring the heat.
Simo back to serve, Mac May up front. May, block. Bennett, maybe the most dangerous player we haven't talked much about for Oregon State. Could have used a little help, but didn't call for it.
Yeah, it's so important that that setter, if they can't get all the way across the court to that ball, yell help. Haley Bennett for Oregon State was working to get her approach. Somebody else has to step in and set that ball.
That ball hitting the antenna on the delivery. A little bit of a scramble play all around for the Beavs.
Well, Montana Gubrud, the setter for Oregon State, really trying to force that set to the right side. A little bit errant on that one.
Outside. Nice 31, I should say, when I call outside. It was quick.
Yeah, I like that ball. We call it a 3-ball, whatever. But it's nice use of the middle because it spreads out the block for the Bruins.
Yeah, using Serena Bruin, as a matter of fact, her name is. Bruin against the Bruins. Nice.
Imagine if she would have come to the UCLA team with that last name. Wow. Misconnection there. Chang needs to speed that ball up just a little bit faster out of her hands to get that ball to Sabrina Smith when she's in the air.
One of the challenges of a 6'2", people will say, I mean, two very different styles every time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for me, I wanted to run the whole show, and I think when you're on the court the whole time, you just have the tempo, the rhythm of the game. When you're on and off the court, it's difficult to find that rhythm. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I am quite certain when you were born, you came out and wanted to run the whole show.
I did.
Listen, here's how you guys are going to change my diapers. This is the way this is going to work. Uh-oh.
Ball passed too tight to the net, and Haley Bennett cleans it up. Tight to the net. Devin Chang for UCLA tries to save it, goes over. Haley Bennett owning that net.
Yeah, I think there was a net call at the same time, so. Chang to May.
Put your helmet on. Mac May's coming down the line for UCLA. Wow.
That's when you're sitting there and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're low.
Comes a little harder than you expect, but man, you got to be ready if it's Mac May on the other side of the net.
Sabrina Smith from Moraga.
What a serve. Sorry to talk over you. I love the pace and location of that serve by Sabrina Smith. Watch right into traffic, away from the passer, on the line. What an ace by number 17.
Feels so good when it happens.
Oh my gosh. Perfectly located.
Outside to Goings. Hole in the block for Goings.
Maddie Goings, number 10 in black, is so good at finding seams. She's just a versatile player and can find ways to score.
Grace Massey's serve is on the back line.
Grace Massey, the libero for Oregon State, bringing it from the back line. Lots of pace on this ball, the jump float. Love that ball. Right on the back line.
Even at 10s to start the first set. Back to Hadrich. Bennett trying to unload, and Mac May is going to have to do a little cleanup. Over her shoulder, just drops it right into the campfire. Nope, they're saying it was picked up. That's a challengeable ball, but you want to wait to see how the rally ends. Mac says, how about this?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that ball came up, but Grace Massey, the libero for Oregon State, came all the way across the court to slide under that ball. Well-placed little roll shot. Oh, this is the last swing through the seam.
That was floor by a lot.
Yeah, but that was the second
exactly,
swing.
But the one before that.
Yeah.
Back. Stopping the slide is going to be a priority for the Bruins.
It certainly is, and when Oregon State passes that ball, they love to run that ball off 1 foot to number 14, Corey Cheshire.
It's something that Oregon State's worked on a bunch, because for Montana Gubrud, that was her weakest set coming in, and it just happens to be Cheshire's priority set. So credit to Gubrud, now running a 5-1, that she has worked on that. From the backcourt, under down, goes long. I bet you Mac won't tip that ball next time.
I agree. Grace Massey is everywhere defensively. I liked what Mark Barnard told us about her. She was voted the players MVP for the team because of her effort, consistent effort, the way she carries herself on this court. She never takes a play off.
Yeah, that's a nice thing when your teammates say you're the most important player to us.
Absolutely. That's way better than any other group of body, you know, whether it's coaches, media, whatever, you don't care. I mean, as much as what they think as your teammates. It's respect. It's going to war with the people on the floor and them respecting your game. Good touch by Kelly Berry. Just needs to dig that forward for the Bruins.
Outside, Simo. High reach, puts it down.
Kaylee Thompson getting under that ball, lifting it for Simo. Savvy Simo jumping a little higher today on senior day.
She's had some pretty great hops.
She certainly does.
Two-time national champion on the beach, as is Mac May. Sand, indoor, it's nice training.
For sure.
Like I'm telling you don't know, right?
Right.
Outside. Simo just right over the top.
That off-speed shot dropping. If you're Oregon State, you need to take care of that. That ball was pretty deep in the court defensively. You got to be able to move forward and slide under that ball.
Berry's serve is short. Under down, full swing, ripping.
And that's the tough thing about it. You want to serve the ball short, but that serve should be in front of the 3-meter line. Otherwise, it becomes an easy serve.
Cheshire serving. From the backcourt.
Almost a double quick. You got Sabrina Smith in the front row, Mac May in the back row.
UCLA leading by 2. Yeah, we do our homework pre-match chat with Michael Saley. Don't have to play Wednesday.
And next weekend, they are actually going to have the NCAA Selection Committee show on the Sunday right after Thanksgiving. So a lot happens in this next week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they come back Wednesday after that game. There's Thanksgiving. Of course, everybody's off that day. And then Friday, well, just USC.
Just USC, at USC.
Yep. Devin Chang serving. Middle.
How about that adjustment by UCLA? Savvy Simo comes in and helps Sabrina Smith in the middle. Great blocking assignment for UCLA. Montana Gubrud at 5'5" is in the front row, so there's only 2 hitters to really focus on.
Yeah, keep an eye on her and see what they do with her in terms of blocking, in terms of defensively.
Goings is available in the back row if they need her.
Under down, and Berry lined up just right. Quick push, cross country to under down, dug by Mac May. Savvy's gonna keep it in play. You don't have any other choices right now up there with the 5-1. It's under down on the broken play. And then a Beavs block.
Well, I feel like Oregon State was patient in that play. Bruins never had a chance until this swing and then the big block at the end. Serena Bruin, number 24 in black.
Back to full strength up front for Oregon State, 3 hitters. Simo having a day already.
She certainly is. Lighten it up offensively. I told you, it's senior day. She's feeling it.
Yeah, she's aware of that. 5 kills already for Savvy Simo. Under down, ripping.
Under down, isolated. Mac May, the only blocker in front of her, and usually when it's one-on-one, hitter has the advantage.
Mac inside the block. Outside to Goings, and she beats the block.
Goings always finds a way. If there's a little seam in that block, she will take advantage. Sabrina Smith, little bit late, and then the hand press over the net, not effective.
Berry, track shoes. Back to Bennett. Haley Bennett, just her 3rd swing of the match. and her first kill.
Bruins playing some feisty defense, but they got to clean up their passing. Kelly Berry ran that ball down to stay in that rally. Oregon State serving the ball tough.
I mean, if you've got Bennett up there, it feels to me like you'd want to use her an awful lot. She's got a whip of an arm. Lined up beautifully is Grace Massey. Matt calling for it. Love the way that McMay mixes up her pace, and then Hadrich protects the net.
Oregon State laying it down on the floor, touching everything defensively. The effort is there, but nice change of pace by McMay, and then Hadrich with the easy kill at the net.
True freshman Mari Hinkle in now, serving, playing some defense, sends it a little long.
Oregon State hitting 208 as a team. The Bruins hitting 385 so far this first set.
So for Oregon State, we talked about it a little bit. They've had 9 5-set matches. 6 of them have been losses. What do you think has kept them from kind of being what they want to be this year?
20 different lineups. I mean, they've been challenged, and they've had to work around injuries. They've got a setter who was recruited to be a backup setter running the show. And at 5'5", she gives up some size at the net defensively. So Oregon State's had some struggles to work around, but one of the things that head coach Mark Barnard said was, you know what, we're very feisty, you know, we hang in, we're good in transition, we keep the ball alive, but it's a kind of a roller coaster. We're inconsistent. Well,
Maddie Sheehan is the setter that you're talking about that they're missing. She had a concussion earlier this season and has been out since. They're also missing, we haven't talked about her, Cecily Max Brown, who maybe was their strongest pin hitter, and the last time these two teams played against each other, she had 16 kills, hit 419. So she's struggled with mono this season, and they are missing her today for sure.
And when you lose those types of key players, which you're expected to be in the lineup, it's a factor.
Moser carving to tie it back up at 20 apiece. For Michael Seeley, this is a team that last year was not postseason eligible. They didn't get there.
No, and I think he's definitely relieved to be there. They signed some great recruits. He's very happy that they will be in the tournament, but they're basically done practicing till the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that's something, isn't it? I mean, they're literally no time. Savvy Simo, look at that reach on the ball.
Savvy Simo using the entire court, just playing some crafty volleyball on the left side. That's a tough ball coming from the backcourt over your shoulder to keep in front of you and make good location.
6 kills on 8 swings for Savvy Simo. Goings unloads.
Another pretty solid block for UCLA, but Maddie Goins goes inside the block for Oregon State.
I feel like everybody on Oregon State can really pound the ball, whether it's Goings, it's Underdown, it's Cheshire, certainly Bennett. I mean, they got a lot of power. Some teams don't have enough pin hitters. These guys have so many. Uh-oh. Setter always wins that joust.
Although she netted, but I like the fact that she won the joust. Small and feisty Montana Gubrud, who spent the day off at Disneyland. Look at her win that joust, just a little follow through into the tape.
Yeah, you mentioned that because Thursday, Oregon State, they came down Wednesday. It's a long LA trip.
It certainly is.
They played USC 5 sets, came up short on Thursday, and then have had the last 2 days to sit around and think about it, if you will.
So why not go to success the last 4 years, for sure.
Absolutely. And again, we mentioned it, 2-time national champion on the beach. She's been in that lineup every year as well.
Being a 2-sport athlete is so demanding. She never gets a season off.
Well, she can take a time off after she graduates, but I doubt she will.
Don't think so.
Yeah. There's a D ball from Goings. Under down. That's tough when you're seeing it come. Good block by the Bruins. Ball's out.
Really nice cover play by Oregon State. Underdown gets another chance, and she has missed that line by inches twice already.
Barry serve. Uh-oh, little traffic jam. Goalposts right through Sabrina Smith's arms.
Sabrina Smith was up there, hands were spread, and Underdown went right through him. Have to be so disciplined. You've only got 2 hitters in the front row. Make sure you're disciplined in your block move.
Holly, any chance that it's okay to have that space between, because you're taking up, I mean, the chances of hitting straight through, you're taking up more space? And you can disagree with me, I know you're shy.
It's different when you're one-on-one, but when you're part of a block that's supposed to be a wall taking a part of the court away.
Don't give that much room?
No.
Tell me how you really feel. Locked up, 23 apiece.
We'll have to talk to the coaches for UCLA if that's something that they're asking the players
I am
to do.
certainly not putting that on the coaches. I'm only asking you personally. Simo changing the conversation with yet another kill.
On the beach, sometimes it's appropriate to take angles away because it's only one blocker, one hitter, but not here.
Sometimes I ask a question that offends Holly at the deepest levels.
No, not really.
All right, set point, UCLA, Devin Chang serving. Outside to Underdown. Her bread and butter, Barry picks it up. Simo, she's terminal.
Are you kidding me? 8 for 11, 0 errors from the left pin. Savvy Simo is on fire.
Incredible. Savvy Simo, just perfection in that first match. Of course, or the first set, I should say. A leader for this team in many ways as well, but we have seen her end more matches. She ended the match against Oregon State in Corvallis. She ended the match the other day against Oregon. She's reliable.
Well, and she likes to step up in those big moments and make the play.
Picture of calm is Savvy Simo. Arizona beat Washington State today.
Wow, that's a big win.
That's a big one.
Arizona's been battling some serious injuries all season long, but Dave Rubio does a great job in Tucson.
Let's take a look at the out-of-town scores. Stanford over Colorado, Washington over Arizona State, Utah over Cal, and as I said, Arizona, Washington State, so really only the LA schools hosting the Oregons still in play right now. Crosstown, Oregon, and USC squaring off as we speak. Bennett, starting with her up front to see if she can get something going, no doubt.
Well, everybody knew the ball was going to Bennett on the left pin. One of the things Mark Barnard, the head coach for Oregon State, he said, let's try some different plays. I feel like we're all homogenous. We're all running the same plays, running the same schemes. But he wanted to mix things up today. So look for them to try and do that to create those gaps and score some more points.
The coaches, when they have years like this, because we were talking with Matt Ulmer about it as well for Oregon, it's challenging, but for Matt Ulmer, who's also had a very down year in terms of record, said he's done some of his best coaching, he feels, this year.
Well, I think you have to. You have to be creative. You have to find ways to carve out some extra points, disrupt what the other team is doing.
Bennett coming in like a freight train.
We almost got run over there, but love the effort of the Bruins. Mac May was coming in hot.
Yeah, we were staying out of the play. I have my hands up, just protecting myself. You see that?
I saw that. You're going to throw up a hand set?
I was going to set you.
Okay, I was ready.
In which case, I expect you to send a go ball to Seeley. Ooh, Moser.
Kaylee Thompson, nice quick feed. Love the location of her pin sets to Mac May. Look at this feed, just juicy location, big seam in the block, and Jenny Moser, nice kill through the seam.
Grace Massey, back to serve. You mentioned the MVP voted by the players. She's also the only player to have played in every set this year.
Yeah, I mean, she's the glue of this Oregon State team.
Nice handset delivery to Bennett. Better block, Simo and Ryan.
Oregon State is just very predictable when they're going to Bennett. Everybody on the court knows it's going there, and it's giving UCLA an opportunity to just camp on the pin and close up that block.
Bruins out-blocked Oregon the other day, 14.5 to 5. That's a best blocking of the year for UCLA. Simo, plenty of hop in her today. Peppy digs this ball, comes back outside to be fed. Mosier, though, and I love, she thumb down, carves it towards the line.
Yeah, but it starts with that savvy Simo dig, lifting it enough for Kaylee Thompson to feed Mosier on the right. Really nice location of attack between the two defenders by number 4 in white.
Barry serving with a smile. Trying to carve the other way is Goings again, thumb down. Mosier straight on this time. And Bennett having some trouble on the right.
Haley Bennett, number 4 in black, just trying to do too much. She's frustrated, trying to bring a little more heat, and does not make good hand contact on the ball.
They target her on the serve.
Well, I like what UCLA is doing, Kelly Berry on the back line, mixing up the tempos of the serve, and it's throwing Oregon State off.
Championship, his first year. I think it was Seeley's first year.
It was.
Goings. Wow.
Goings, high flyer, just hitting that sharp angle. And this is the X kind of different type of play at 2. Without the first part of the X, she's able to hit that ball inside of Kelly Berry.
So it's just a slash then?
Yeah.
Call it that way.
Yeah, thank you.
Outside, Simo. I love when she has that delayed approach. Talk to me about it.
Well, she sees the pace of the set, slows it down, and then speeds up her last step. 9 kills on 13 swings.
0 errors.
I know, impressive from the left side. Usually the left side hitters get all the trouble plays as well, but she has been terminal all day long.
Dump. Everybody saw it coming, unable to get underneath it.
Kelly Berry lays down, almost comes up with it, but Montana Gubrud with the little dump over right in the middle.
Nice pass. Uh-oh, one blocker. Hadrich overdig. And just putting it where they're not, sometimes keeping it simple is Cheshire.
Lexi Hadrich in the left front position where we've seen Savvy Simo dig a lot of balls. You got to be really disciplined with your platform and keep that ball on your side of the net. UCLA hitting 372 compared to Oregon State hitting 163.
Middle. What? Okay. With a bat.
Well, Savvy Simo as a blocker stuck a little bit inside, tried to recover, but that time under down 18 in black makes them pay.
A 4-1 run by the Beavs. Michael Seeley calls a timeout. It was 7-2. Now 8-6.
For good leadership.
Yeah, and they started the season without her. She was injured at the beginning of the year, so it really wasn't until conference play that Thompson got going, because that's when things came together. That's when they started implementing the BIC. You could see just kind of really getting their offense defined.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit. It's like having a new quarterback. I mean, you have to get the rhythm of the game, rhythm of the offense with your team, your teammates, your hitters, all of that. Really important to be on the court together as a team. Difficult
to come in and lead sometimes when it's your first year there, and that, according to coaches, is where Mac May and Savvy Simo have been very helpful, because they have been the leaders still vocally, and Thompson can work on just setting.
Definitely. I think it's probably hard coming in. Look at this ball dug so tight to the net. Gubrud comes under the net. Fortunately, nobody hurt, but that's always dangerous underneath the net with ankles. For me, I came in for 1 year, and that was all I had, my only chance to win an NCAA title, so I wasn't afraid to tell my teammates what I thought. But they were unafraid to tell me the same thing, and it paid off. We pushed each other.
Did Marissa, your middle, tell you?
By the way, Marissa is watching us in North Carolina right now, my All-American middle blocker.
There you go.
Two-time national championship, Marissa Hatchett.
Okay, Marissa, text me and let me know how / bossy executive was Holly in that first year coming in.
First and only year.
I know,
She
but just
loves me.
coming in.
She's one of my best friends.
Well, yeah, now, but I mean, I'm just wondering then you come in what the impression was. We can do a little storytelling.
Okay, good.
Mac. Crush.
Yeah, that time Devin Chang, nice pace to the left pin. And Mac May's doing what she does all season long. Look at the isolation, high attack point, driving that ball down the line.
I don't know if there's a player that's been more consistent than Mac May. I know Kalian Lanier has done some terrific stuff too this season. Catherine Plummer missed a lot of the year, but always delivers. But Mac, over and over again.
And the difference between her sophomore and junior year, I think, is pretty significant in terms of the level that she's competing in. When we talked to the UCLA coaches, they said, you know what? She decided she wants to play at the next level. What did she need to do to be that great 6th rotation outside hitter? And she listened, and she put in the work. Nobody works harder in the gym, and you see the results.
I love that when your premier player is the hardest worker and most engaged.
Well, it sets a great example for the rest of the players, and when someone's that driven, has those types of goals, they're going to bring it every day.
Mac, 1,000 career kills, 1 ace away from 100 career. And you see the taller setter now, blocking number 8 for Oregon State. They brought in Mary Kate Lopez.
And they used Mary Kate Lopez as a serving sub the other night, but now she's in the lineup to bring a bigger blocker in the front row for Oregon State. She is front row, and there's 2 blockers split.
Outside to under down. Mac. Nice block. Cheshire's hands to the back line.
Really nice substitution. Mary Kate Lopez and Corey Cheshire with the big block right here, and it goes way deep into the court. That coverage for UCLA all in tight.
Bruins have built their biggest lead of the set, 8 points.
Oregon State just has not been able to get anything going offensively. They're hitting .056 in the second set.
Worth noting, in Corvallis, UCLA won the first 2 sets. Oregon State came back second, third, and really challenged in the fifth, or excuse me, third, fourth, and challenged in the 5th.
Definitely worth noting.
Mari Hinkle, right idea. The execution was tough, but Mac May helped her out.
That is a trap set. I know Mari Hinkle was trying to get her tight to the net, but look at what Mac May does, getting her feet there, coming in to just swipe it off the outside hand of the blocker. That is a very smart volleyball play.
She really is. I mean, she can cover up for you when you make mistakes. And we've seen her do it again and again. Clark looking for the back line. Arm speed so strong. Second, no touch. Bruin point.
Under down, struggling to get anything going. She is 6 kills, 23 attempts, hitting .043.
Yeah, 5 errors.
She had 20 kills on Thursday against USC.
That's the story for Mark Barnard much of the year, is that he feels like he's never been able to get everybody going at one time. He has tremendous talent. Mari Hinkle, serve.
Tough serve, getting Oregon State uncomfortable, and then the easy point for UCLA to get their 18th pass, overpass kill.
With Chloe Brown up front, Mark Barnard trying to find just the right lineup that will get it done for Oregon State. They're down by 11. So it's an 11-point deficit, but 471 to zeros.
Yeah. UCLA is really mixing it up from the service line, and Oregon State very uncomfortable. They cannot get anything going offensively. They're put a bunch of new players on the floor trying to get something started for Oregon State.
Well, I like that it's different. Serena Bruin coming around behind Mary Kate Lopez.
I agree. I think it's a bold move, but a smart move. Mix it up, find a way, and now they're going to bring Montana Gubrud into the back row, so she will run the offense out of the backcourt.
We'll see if they stick with the 6-2 or if it's just for this set, if you will. Barry's pass, middle. Ball is wide. Barry saw it, pulled her hands back.
Kelly Barry was in a perfect location to dig that ball in the sharp angle. Good eye watching that ball out of bounds.
Nice pass. Bennett, kind of an X, as you will.
And there's that creativity offensively, trying to get Haley Bennett in different locations to score. You see Emily Ryan kind of cheat over, and then she's a little bit off balance on that block, and Haley Bennett able to score out of the middle.
I was looking at associate head coach Brad Keller right before that, talking to his blockers, saying, read, anticipating that Oregon State's going to give some different looks. Oh, man. Mac May checking it out, just making sure that Sabrina Bruin is okay. That's a big crack to the head.
Yeah, right off the top of the head.
All right, but here's my favorite thing. Bruin has not touched her head afterwards. That's such a big deal for me. Don't touch it, rub it, acknowledge it in any way. It did not happen.
Yep.
Hair is intact, don't do it. They're moving Bennett all over the place.
They are.
Take a look at this for Bruin, number 24 in black.
Mac May is hitting this ball down. Did it get some of the pony or what?
No, I just worry about that frontal lobe, man. That's a big hit. Even Mac was concerned afterwards, just looked at her for a second. Goings. I love the first touch by Mac May, led to that.
And there's that fast transition feed from Kaylee Thompson, senior setter, to senior left side, Savvy Simo, who continues to put up blistering numbers. I think that's her 10th kill on 15 swings, hitting .667.
Other than that, nice lift of the pass from Mac May. Mosier finds the back line. Bruins, Oregon State has zero answer for the Bruins in this set.
Yeah, I like what UCLA is doing. They're jumping all over Oregon State, one with a tough serve, and then really doing a good job defensively. We do know Oregon State, even if they lose the first two sets, like to play with their backs against the walls, and they tend to wake up in that third set and really play elevated volleyball. So we'll see if that happens today.
To the chagrin of Mark Barnard, but yes, that is their nature. Savvy, great block by Bennett. Feel her reach for it.
Bennett, great eye work following where Simo wanted to attack that ball. She sees it, reaches, closes down that line. First error for Simo.
Couple of blocks now. That one from Cheshire, consecutive Beavers block.
Well, I like that Mac May out of the middle back came and covered that ball, just couldn't pop it up high enough. I'd love to see the UCLA middle blockers spread out their offense a little bit more. They're just right next to the setter, which doesn't force the middle blocker from the other team to move very far.
Mosier The sledgehammer, and it's UCLA set point. Looking to go up 2-0 over Oregon State. A more relaxed Bruins bench today. There was a lot of pressure for them to become postseason eligible. Self-inflicted, but I mean, it's an expectation certainly that UCLA will go to the postseason. They've accomplished it.
Bruins had a double block lined up to stop that ball, but the press from the blockers a little bit late, and Oregon State able to score.
Taylor Quinn back into serve. Remains set point, UCLA. Get a smack for Sabrina Smith, and UCLA goes into the short break up 2-0.
First kill for Sabrina Smith, and we called her name all night long on Friday.
Yep. Only had 2 sets, made the most, 341. Held UCLA to under 200.
Yeah, that's a huge turnaround, and they're very capable of doing that, so UCLA needs to be ready for that.
Somehow I think they have been reminded. So, Holly, I heard from your middle blocker in college, Marissa Hatchett. I'll tell you in a second. I'm going to make you wait for it.
Oh, thanks.
Set 3 underway. Mack chopping off the block. Nice ball by Barry. I love it when the libero puts up a really nice ball and sets that up.
And how about Mac May, that time finding the little area right behind the block open. She tipped one earlier that didn't fall, but that one perfectly placed.
She does a great job mixing her pace, don't you think, offensively?
Yeah, and you know she brings the heat, so defensively you are back ready for it. And that puts defenders on their heels.
Little drop there.
There were 6 players around that ball, but nobody committed to bringing it up.
UCLA has dominated this matchup, but they have won the last 22 matches against the Beavs, everything since 2001. Just step close from the back court. Does Chloe Brown. Goings. Gone.
I love it. Goings gone. 7th kill for Maddie Goins, getting some offense on the left side from her. She leads this team in kills, and she did not start on Thursday night at SC, but she's worked her way back into the starting lineup.
Thompson in the middle. Boy, does she look comfortable, Emily Ryan.
And that's a nice feed from Kaylee Thompson. That middle blocker setter connection, so important. Emily Ryan can really score at a high clip if you can feed her the ball in a good spot.
Nice delivery back to Goings. Everything about that looked good.
I agree. I like the set. I like the location. And Oregon State trying to go to their hot hitter right now, Goings.
Grace Massey serving. A little Statue of Liberty set. Massey, nice second ball. Goings, another good swing. Free ball. Outside, one blocker. Back out to Brown again. Second time works.
Chloe Brown struggled Thursday against USC, but nice hard seam hit right there by number 11 in black. Starts with a great overhand dig. And then Chloe Brown, high seam for the kill.
Quick back to Moser. Savvy, off hands.
Simo just getting her feet to the ball and making things happen. 11th kill for Simo in this third set.
Devin Chang serving and setting now in the 6-2 offense of UCLA. Tough serve for Underdown to handle. Little ball.
That little roll shot in the middle seems to be working both ways. Devin Chang makes an effort to dive into the middle of the court, but those wing defensive players, Kelly Berry and Devin Chang, have to get that ball up.
Savvy Simo back to serve. What's been most impressive for you when you think about all the different roles that she's played? You talked about him earlier.
Well, Savvy has always been a great all-around player, and Michael Seeley, the head coach for UCLA, has always talked about her arm, but they had big pin hitters where they didn't need to use her in that hitting role prior to this year. This year, they needed that offense, and the fact that you're not an outside hitter for 3 years and then you step back into that role and play at this level, I'm really impressed by Savvy Simo doing that.
Yeah, and Seeley did say at the beginning of the year, he said, you know, I feel like now, looking back, I should have used her more last year when they needed a little help in the outside role, but boy, there was no hesitation this season. Brown, door closed, Hadrich and Smith.
Sabrina Smith, 17 in white, the middle blocker, does a good job closing this block to Hadrich. She cheats out because she knows they're out of system, and then the wall of Bruin blockers.
Over, picked up by Chang, nicely done. And then have Mac May finish.
I like that effort by Devin Chang, making sure that ball doesn't drop in the middle, slides under, and then Mac May with the transition kill.
Bruins on a 4-0 run. Tight. Mac. Nope. That is a big block. Gubrud alongside Cheshire.
Yeah, that Mac May challenged Cheshire, the huge middle blocker, instead of 5'5" Gubrud. And Cheshire, number 14, just huge celebration after that one.
Brown serving. Outside. Mac threw it.
UCLA loves that fastball out to the pin, and it creates space for hitters to work. Big seam in the Oregon State block. Freshman setter in for Oregon State.
Mary Kate Lopez up front from Mount Prospect, Illinois, number 8 in black. Here she is. Hadrich. Outside to under, down, and Moser all over it.
That was Hadrich, Lexi Hadrich on the block. I was taking a second look. Emily Ryan late, but Hadrich defensively huge on the right pin for UCLA.
I cannot take away the credit from Lexi Hadrich, who has done a fantastic weekend worth of blocking.
She certainly has.
She was pivotal versus Oregon. Uh-oh. Cheshire is engaged all over it. 5 kills. She has not had an error yet, the senior from Alberta, Canada.
No, her effort never changes throughout the match. She is intense, bringing it right there for Oregon State.
Makes Mac handle the first ball. She's used to that. Outside.
The cannon, Mac May unloads on the left side. Cheshire was there, just couldn't get her platform out in time to control it.
I love the way the crowd appreciates it. The crowd behind us was, oh.
Me too.
Callie Thompson, senior, coming in. Kaylee, excuse me, I keep saying that for her. I'm looking at it. Kaylee Thompson, senior, coming in, running the show in her first year. Brings me back to your middle blocker. Let's see what happens on this play. Hadrich, Doug, Okay, so here's what your former middle blocker said. She said, Holly was a driving force on the court, just like she is behind the wheel. Holly never lets anybody drive. We know that. She says she's improved on her punctuality over the years. And I asked for a clarification. She said, well, this is quotes. Don't get mad at me. Well, you know how bossy and in control she likes to be of driving. Okay. Mm-hmm. There was an incident when Holly overslept and didn't make it to the bus on time. Really? Did they bench you?
One time in my life, it was myself and Natalie Williams. I was one or 2 minutes late. Natalie was about 8 minutes late. I sprinted. I was a mess, but I got in the van.
They should have benched both of you.
Our wake-up call didn't come, and it was like 5:30 in the morning.
Excuses. I'm so disappointed.
Trust me, we sprinted it out.
Did they bench you?
They did not, but we were punished. We were punished.
Did you win the match?
Yes.
Okay. Of course you remember that. Thank you, Marissa Hatchett, for filling out the broadcast, third member of our broadcast team today.
Thanks for remembering the one time in my entire life that I was late.
Outside, under down. Over dig, but it works. Long.
Defensive balls, Oregon State keeping the ball alive. They need to locate their hitters a little bit better so they can score. That ball set way off the net.
Mac May serving. Oregon State keeping it just close enough. Right? It's close enough that Oregon State can make that push.
They're hanging around, but they need to go on a long serving run, play some inspired defense right now.
Here's Clark. Clark, a senior out of Hawaii, that went into the net, and they've just got to grab those opportunities at this point if you're Oregon State.
Yeah, when you're down, you know, obviously you want to go aggressive, but you also have to keep it in the court and let your defense score some points.
Short serve. Nice up by Clark. Ended up sliding under the net, I believe is going to be that call. It's a double contact.
I mean, Clark really covered some distance getting under that ball, but I like the short serve disruption.
7-point lead for UCLA. Well, for Oregon State, this is their last week of volleyball. They are not going to be playing in the postseason, so they already did their awards. They did it during their senior weekend. And you mentioned one of them already, and Grace Massey, the most consistent, but Gubrud, the setter who's been handling 5-1 duties for most of the year, got the coach's award. Just a coachable player. They've been very happy with her. And then Haley Bennett for Oregon State got the Value Full award. They get everything they can out of Haley Bennett, another coach's award.
Yeah, and they talked about the 10 values that are really important to them, and she was the recipient of that one.
And Taylor Quinn, we've mentioned her, a freshman server, got most improved. She's the assistant coach's daughter. Oh, got it up, but was not capitalized upon.
Yeah, Kaylee Thompson, the setter, cannot hesitate. If you're the setter, you go and get that ball unless there's no humanly possible way you get it, then you yell help and somebody else gets it. But Kelly Berry, that ball caught high, and then there's the hesitation.
Rare. Service error.
Offensive woes continue for Oregon State. They're hitting 122 in the match compared to 386 for UCLA, which is way above their average.
For Oregon State, just so many changes throughout the year, eventually in the lineups, just catching up with this team perhaps. Cheshire.
And it's the freshman Mary-Kate Lopez going to Cheshire on the 3 set. I love that. Bright spot in the middle for Oregon State.
Well, and Mark Barnard has talked about it, talked about mixing things up a bunch offensively. They have to. Everything looks different than what they had planned for this season.
And I'll tell you, the tip working very effectively for UCLA. UCLA's established their power. The defenders staying way back in the court, opening up that short tip.
Dug by Massey. Mary Kay Lopez going to the D ball. Oh, that hit the cookies.
Oh, dear.
Dang it.
Goings out of the back row. Really nice kill there. Simo couldn't even get her platform out.
I had the lid on. You make the best cookies ever. Thank you very much.
Save the cookies.
Yes.
At all costs.
Dang it.
Your birthday cookies.
Yes. Once a year, you let me have a cookie. That's how. Mac changing the pace. Again. Mac, third time is the charm. Okay, we mentioned the cookies. How good do those look? Holly makes me cookies every year.
Her birthday's tomorrow, so yes. I had to do it.
I love these cookies. Holly, so he said I asked him about it afterwards, he said he's still giving all the information, certainly in the scouting report, but he's really emphasizing, look, you're volleyball players, you know what's happening. What is happening in front of you? What's the right thing to do? Giving them a little more freedom there.
Well, I think a lot of these athletes, especially in more recent years, their coach is telling them everything. They need to learn these things and recognize them on their own.
Nice up, Mari Henkel. I see you. Outside. Solid block closing, but Oregon State able to get another swing. Hinkle again. And then just give it to Mac, let her finish it.
I'll tell you, both teams scrapping, but then you got Mac May on the pin, tough to stop. She's ending a lot of rallies in favor of the Bruins. Mac May now leading UCLA with 18 kills, hitting .455.
Another double-double for Savvy Simo, 13 kills, 11 digs. Back line, Goings.
Maddie Goings gets her 12th kill out of the back row. This one, just one-on-one with the middle blocker, Emily Ryan. She tags that back line, perfect location.
Yeah, and just one error for Goings has been efficient. She had a great match last time against UCLA.
We're getting a challenge.
Yep, this one's an in-out. So 5 things that you can, 5 different types of plays that you can challenge.
Well, I feel like that number is changing, but one, a touch.
What do you mean it's changing?
Well, I feel like it's growing, the amount of things that they can challenge.
On Wednesday after the Arizona match, because Thursday's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, good point. Probably send it digitally, so.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Stop eating so much film. And here's some film.
I mean, you have to.
Little ball. Devin Chang to the middle.
Ball needs to be set a tiny bit higher to Emily Ryan. If you use the reach of her snap, she can crank that ball down, but she couldn't get on top of it.
Just like they still say. Run it back.
Mac. Wide.
Mac May, you can hear her yelling for that go ball. Fast-paced ball out to the antenna, crushes it just wide.
Still a message sent with that speed. Corey Cheshire serving. Yeah, she's a commander when she asks for that ball.
Yeah, right? Mac May says, go, you set me the ball, you set her the ball. Great pass by Savvy Simo. That's one of the most important things she does for UCLA. We talk about the kills, the digs, but that first contact really helps that offense go.
Thompson serving. Little. Over UCLA. Mary Kay Lopez decides to call her own number, and the Mac off the set. Okay, she's officially Midas touch.
I'm just gonna say the same thing. Everything she touches turns to gold. That time she didn't even have to jump. Just a little short shot caught Oregon State by surprise.
Well, that's when you know you're having a good day right there. McMay, her 20th kill, because it still is a kill. Ooh, Goings with heat. Mac.
You see Mac's head above the net, even from our angle. And you see she's very deliberate where she wants to go with that ball. Just missed it wide.
Not sure that set was that much above the net. It was really quick and flat. Little one behind to Ryan. Oof. In the face, Mac comes in to try to finish. McMay behind Thompson.
Knuckleball, tough to defend. Emily Ryan able to get on top of that ball a little bit better. But that tight ball in the middle of that rally, McMay came in and kind of instilled her will. But this one, look at it, had funny spin on it. Tough for Grace Massey to dig of Oregon State.
Uh-oh. And it's now match point, UCLA.
And McMay, almost another service ace, but she should get the assist on that kill to Ryan.
McMay serving for the match. Never mind.
Nice cushion, though, for the Bruins. Oregon State with 16 looking at set point, match point.
Clark serving for the Beavs. Outside, Savvy again on senior day, ending the match.
Savvy made a movement that looked like she was gonna cry, her last home match here as a Bruin. But what a match she had on senior day, and the Bruins came out to play. They were tough from the start.